When you live alone, you get used to the sounds of your home. The way the walls settle, the pipes knock, the floor creaks in the same places every night. After a while, anything outside those patterns stands out immediately. That's why I noticed the silence first. I'd been living alone in my apartment for almost a year. It was a small, one-bedroom place on the 3rd floor. No roommates, no pets. I worked late, came home tired, and usually fell asleep with the TV on low for background noise. One night, I woke up and the TV was off. That wasn't strange on its own. Sleep timers exist. What bothered me was how quiet the room felt. No hum from the fridge, no distant traffic, no neighbors moving around. Just silence, thick and heavy, like a blanket pressed over everything. I checked my phone, 2:58 a.m. I lay there for a few seconds, listening. Then I heard it. Breathing, not mine. It was slow and careful, coming from somewhere near the foot of my bed. I held my breath, my heart pounding, trying to convince myself I was imagining it. The breathing continued, steady and patient. I reached for the lamp. The moment the light came on, the breathing stopped. The room was empty. I sat there shaking, scanning every corner. Closet door closed. Bedroom door closed. No one was there. I stayed awake until morning, telling myself it was just a vivid dream. It happened again 2 nights later. Same silence, same time, same breathing. This time, I didn't turn on the light right away. I stared into the darkness, my eyes adjusting slowly. The outline of my room emerged. Bed, dresser, door. And something was standing between my bed and the door. I couldn't see details, just a darker shape against the dark room. It wasn't moving. It wasn't breathing anymore. I whispered, "Hello?" before I could stop myself. The shape stepped back. Not away from me, but into the wall. It simply faded, like it had never been fully there to begin with. I turned on every light in the apartment after that. I checked all the locks and the windows. Everything was secure. No signs of entry, no items missing. I didn't tell anyone. I lived alone, and I didn't want to sound paranoid. The next sign came during the day. I came home from work and found my shower running. Hot water was steaming up the bathroom mirror. The door was locked from the inside. My heart raced as I banged on the door, yelling. There was no response. When I finally forced it open, the bathroom was empty. The window was closed. The only thing out of place was a handprint on the fogged mirror. It was too large to be mine. That night, I set up my phone to record while I slept. I propped it on my dresser, the camera facing the bed. I told myself if nothing happened, I'd feel stupid but relieved. When I checked the recording in the morning, most of it was just me sleeping. Then, at exactly 2:58 a.m., the audio spiked. Breathing. The camera adjusted its focus. Something was standing beside my bed. It leaned close to my face, so close the image blurred. I could just make out a suggestion of features, a mouth, eyes that reflected the light strangely. It watched me sleep for nearly 7 minutes. Then it turned its head toward the camera. And it smiled. I deleted the video immediately, my hands shaking. I didn't call the police. How could I explain it? I tried to convince myself that stress had finally pushed me into hallucinating. The next morning, a note was sitting on my kitchen counter. I live here too. I moved out within a week. New apartment, new city, a building with security, neighbors close by, no isolated hallways. For a while, things were normal. Then I noticed my routines changing again. Lights left on that I didn't remember turning on. Cabinets rearranged. Small things, familiar things. One night, as I was brushing my teeth, I felt someone behind me. I didn't turn around. The mirror fogged up slowly, and words appeared, traced carefully in the condensation. "You don't live alone anymore." I ran. I stayed with friends, in hotels, anywhere but alone. Months later, I finally spoke to a therapist. I explained everything. She listened patiently and suggested anxiety, dissociation, sleep paralysis. Words that sounded safe. I almost believed her. Until one night, while staying at a friend's house, I woke up at 2:58 a.m. The guest room was silent. The door was closed, and something was breathing patiently beside the bed, as if it had followed me home, because some things don't care if you live alone. They just wait until you do.